What's happening, YouTube? How you guys doing here today? This is going to be a little, I just want to talk about some experience that I had today. I'm not going to go into widescreen mode right now, but yeah, I had an interesting experience today. We were just chilling, you know, as usual, just chilling. And I was like sitting there and I heard some Chinese going on. We heard some Chinese going on out there in the hallway. And I was like, dang. And Mark went to open up the door and it was like right across, like literally right across the hallway. It was like, literally across the hallway. And apparently the guy was having some problems. He was trying to, I guess they got the wrong room booked. They wanted like 2 bedrooms, and they, no, not 2 bedrooms. They wanted 2 beds, and they had got like a couch bed instead, that like a bed that pulls out, and that's not what they wanted, and they couldn't speak any English, so I was like, oh shit. And see, the first time I didn't have my, the first time, we're about to get our eat on here. Red lobster. Beautiful, thank you.
And Maddie will be right with you.
Okay. So yeah, back to what I was saying. It was like they couldn't speak English, and they had this issue with the wrong room. It was a man and his wife, and I didn't expect it. It was like totally random. And I would have recorded the first part, but you know, I didn't know what was going on in the hallway. Mark opened the door and he was like, come on. He's like, come here real quick, come here. And I just went out there, and then the lady was there. She was like, yeah. She's like, Mark was like, he can speak Chinese. And then like the lady was like, oh, can you tell him this? And then the guy was like, oh, he said, oh, you speak Chinese? So basically, you know, they were having issues with their with the room reservation. They wanted a room with 2 beds and not a room with a couch pull out the bed. So we took care of that, and I talked with them. How long was that the first time? It was about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was about 5 minutes. I talked to him the first time. I was like translating, and then like I went back in the room. I told them if they had any problems, they could just, you know, knock on the door. And then he needed me again, and the second time was crazy. Actually, it was 3 times. Wasn't it 3 times?
Yeah.
It was 3 times. I can't remember what the second time was for. Second time was for something. But I remember that third time was crazy because
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. I'm doing good, thanks. My name's Maddie. I'll be taking care of you guys. Aren't you guys usually Veronica's guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Want me to get her for you? I don't mind.
Oh, so
She's for you. I'll get her for you.
It don't matter.
You guys are usually Veronica's. I don't want to steal you from her. I got you. Come on.
You just giving away money. Yeah, but basically, the third time he told me to come in his room. He said, come on in and sit down. And it was crazy because this dude had me on the phone with Expedia translating. He had me on the phone. I was like, oh, I was kind of nervous. I was nervous from the beginning because like I ain't never did that for Chinese before. I never did like a translation. I did it for Japanese before. It wasn't like that much. It was like real basic, but for Chinese, I never did it before, so I was like a bit nervous. And then like the fact that they couldn't speak English, I was like, man, I gotta try my best to help these people because they can't speak English. So yeah, so basically that's what happened, man. And I was on the phone translating, and this guy was so funny because he was like, the Chinese guy was telling me, he's like, well, I was on the phone for 2 hours, and you know, and I want to get reimbursed it like more money. And then he was like, what is like, he's like the guy. So I told the guy that you know what the Chinese guy said, and he was like, he can reimburse him like $100 or something like that. And then I told the Chinese guy, I was like, yeah, they said like,
Okay.
he was, I told the Chinese guy, I was like, yeah, he said they can give you like $100. And then he started going into, he's like, well, he said, look, I was on the phone for 2 hours and it just took up a whole bunch of my time and it was very inconvenient and stuff. And, the information on the website is different from what they're saying. And, it was just a big inconvenience on his part. And he said, tell him I want $300. He's like, can I get an increase? He's like, I want to get increased. Can I get increased? Tell him, see if he can increase it to like $300. That was funny. And then I told the dude, I was like, yeah, he was wondering if you could do 300. And the guy was like, yeah, we can't do that. And, the Chinese guy was like, okay, that's fine. But he was real happy because like I said, just imagine you somewhere in a country where you don't know the language and you had this problem. You booked your whatever, your hotel, whatever, and then when you get there, it's not what you wanted. And then you had to go through all this trouble. I mean, he was talking to some other Chinese guy on the phone dealing with the website stuff. I'm not sure where that guy was from, but he needed my help as well, so I helped him. And it was fun for me because I learned some new words, and there were some words I didn't understand. And like stuff like invoice, like I never knew like the word for invoice. I know shochu is like I know receipt and stuff, but like invoice and all that, some technical stuff that I didn't know because I don't really use Chinese like that. So it was a really good experience for me. That's money in the bank for me. As I always say, like every time you have every interaction you have with a native, it counts as it's EXPs every time. So this experience that I had today, it was a great experience because it's a part of the EXP.
She's new.
She moved on up. Remember, she used to be
she didn't want to step on your toe.
She's probably intimidated because you come in all the time. She's gonna mess up your order.
Oh no!
She's just giving away money. She had no idea. She has no idea, does she? She has no idea, does she?
I know
She does. She has no idea.
No, because they got me in a baby section over here, probably.
Yeah, they
They've been babying me lately.
the gods wanted you to have the money.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Hey, so you guys are gonna do lemonades, right?
What you want to do? You want to do that?
What?
You want to do strawberry lemonade, or you want to do?
Recording stuff? Crazy. So you always do stop recording me.
Okay.
We're gonna do the lemonade, no? You guys do one time?
What you want to do?
You want to do that white thing or the lemonade? It's up to you.
You guys switch up. I don't even know.
I'm doing lemonade this time.
Lemonade?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot out. You guys want any appetizers?
We've been doing that in Malibu with that pizza.
You have been doing that, huh? I haven't personally got you one of those, but I did see you guys drinking some of that.
You doing the appetizers?
I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna show not doing that pizza. I just.
Wait, what did we do last
You guys
time?
tried the new Ragoon shrimp, the stuffed shrimp? Yeah, I don't think you tried it.
You want to try that? You want that?
No. I did that a couple days ago.
Salty.
Yeah, that's too rich for my
I don't like
taste.
it. But the new Ragoon shrimp are
I'll
really
beat what
good.
you
They're
guys
deep fried, they're stuffed. They come with like sweet chili sauce. It's not sweet chili, it's like a sweet ginger sauce on the side. They're good.
I want to do this today.
It's
But
the best one on there.
can I substitute? What can I substitute?
Usually, we just do more shrimp, but you can do whatever you want. What do you want to set out on it? Some scallops.
What about the things that come on that steak?
Getting
The
our
grilled
food
shrimp?
together.
Or the
yeah.
scallops. That's what you said, scallops. The round ones?
Yeah.
They told me I had to come meet you guys because I can come all the time. I'm the new manager. I'm Emily.
They're very,
Nice to
very
meet you.
difficult
Nice to
too.
meet
So sorry.
We'll be seeing you
But I was
regularly.
told that the good news for your day, to make your day, the pokey is coming back.
The pokey is coming back.
Great.
Oh yeah, that we love
It
that.
was good. I had it all the time. That's right. You guys did get the pokey all the time.
You always got it.
Tell them about the pokey.
Yeah, thank you so
We're
much.
on the
Never
first.
forget
On the
you.
first, we get those back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the first, we're rolling out our old menu, so we'll get all the old stuff
You ever
back.
had this before?
Yeah, it's not one of my faves. I'm just being honest.
I trust you because I'm going to get what you
It's
recommended.
kind of weird, like the mayonnaise mixes. The Ragoon shrimp are good. I'm telling you, one's right here.
Rangoon stuff from.
They're
Where's that
good.
at?
I'm telling you, they're stuffed. I don't even know if they're stuffed with like cream cheese and seafood.
Okay.
Is that an
Good. I had it
appetizer?
last night. Yeah.
All
Let me
right.
get it.
Like me and my sister, Marissa, you know, Marissa, they want to give a hard time. We're actually having those for lunch today.
Okay, I'll take that with me.
Okay, so
But
you
the-
just want one Ragoon shrimp started, right? There's about 6 of them.
No, we
Each of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this.
You're gonna do scallops instead?
Can I get those scallops?
Real.
Yeah, but it's got that maple glaze.
I'm gonna side of maple glaze. And then, do you want to do Caesar or garden salad? You don't do salad. Now, that one does come with the corn and the wedges. You're going to keep it like that?
I'm gonna keep the corn and the wedgies. What can I substitute?
Wait, what? You usually do asparagus. You want to do asparagus? Okay. We'll do the corn. You go over here.
I'm getting this.
You want the full portion, right? The half. It's 5 or 10 ounces.
Yeah,
of
let me
fish.
get the full portion. Yeah,
Okay.
full portion.
And then what 2 sides? Asparagus? Broccoli, or what are you going to do?
Let me see. I'll take the mashed potatoes and the broccoli.
Okay. You can wait if I would never. You can put all kinds of stuff in there.
And then I guess for the salad, because this comes with salad.
It does. You doing asparagus or something on the side? Corn?
Yeah. Corn.
I knew he was gonna get that corn.
Yeah.
The corn's good. Oh, it really is.
You like that corn?
All right,
it.
and then no bread still, right?
No bread.
All right, I'm gonna get those lemonades. So they should be made up.
Say thank you. I mean, say.
Thank you. You should be
I mean,
thanking
not,
me.
I mean, not thank you. Say.
Ahorita vengo con las limonadas. Be right back.
All right. I don't know why I said say thank you, but yeah, that. It was great today. That was a great experience, man. That was random. Like I said, we were just chilling, and then we heard Chinese being spoken outside, and went out there, and I was a translator. I ended up being a translator for the whole time. Hey, this man had me on the phone with Expedia. This dude was trying to negotiate with Expedia. He said I want an increase.
He had you close a deal.
He had me closing deals out here. But it was cool. It was cool. Him and his wife. They were like over here because their son. He was telling me that their oh shit, what was it? I think it was Chicago. No. He said California. He had a son over. His son graduated, so they were like traveling around. That was our reason for coming here. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. But I think as far as the projection of this footage, because I already got this is gonna be a bonus level of video, so I already have a bonus level of video coming for this week.
Recording anyway.
So it'll be next week. So it'll be the week after next when I do that. So, all right, guys, thanks for viewing, and I'm about to get the school going, and you guys take it easy. Take care. Peace out.